Hey guys, I just want to talk about this book I've been listening to because I don't really read, I just listen to audiobooks on Audible. Um, this is not a promotional thing, but it's just really cool. Anyway, so I've been listening to this book called Becoming Supernatural with by Joe Dispenza, and I'm only like one chapter in already, but I was having like a kind of a down, kind of a shitty day yesterday, like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and blah blah blah, just feeling kind of low. And as I was listening to it, it really got me the fuck out of my funk, man. Like, well, there was a story about this woman and like all these bad things happened to her, like her husband committed suicide, and then she started getting sicker and sicker. She was on pills. She had a like, I think she got like cancer at one point, and like stomach tumors, and like all these bad things, until she went into one of Joe Dispenza's workshops, and she learned some cool shit. And from that moment onwards, she decided that she didn't want to live her life anymore, and she didn't want to take these pills. She didn't want to feel sick anymore. And while like the really big thing I took away from that is like at that moment she simply decided her intention on how she wanted to live her life changed, and she was like, nah, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to live a different life. Oh, sorry, the iPhone was trying to update. I was like, nah, bitch, save it for later. Anyways, so she was like, no, I don't wanna do this anymore. And just the fact she switched her intention and had the belief that anything is possible, which I think is one of the biggest things she took away from Joe's Dispenza's workshop, because he talks about like quantum physics and our reality is not what you seem. You can bend your reality. You can be supernatural if you know the right tools and shit like that, which is all the crazy fucked up esoteric shit that I'm into. So I think after she heard that and she switched how she wanted to live her life, I don't want to take pills anymore. I don't want to go to the doctors and blah blah blah. Holy shit! From then onwards, she just started healing and healing and healing and healing. And I mean, to get to her point where she was really bad right now was a couple of years of just of a shitty life, to the point where she thought about ending it. And then it took a couple of more years for her to kind of heal herself, but she got to a point where she healed everything. You know, she had like so many health issues in her system, and she healed the cancer, she healed the tumor, and even at one point, because like I think she had like mucus production issues or something, so like her mouth wasn't producing saliva and etc., so she had to take pills to stimulate it. And that was like the last thing that she couldn't heal. And what she realized was like, well, if you can heal everything else, then there's no reason that you can't heal that as well. And one thing that Joe talks about is called epigenetics, where basically you like your genes get activated depending on the environment. So it's not just like if you're born and you have certain genes, like some genes will get activated depending on your environment and some won't. So if you're constantly around an area where there's a lot of stress or there's a certain type of culture, then the genes would adapt, and certain genes would activate to help you adapt better to that culture. So if you literally change your environment or change your thoughts or change whatever it is that is coming into your body or in your head or whatever, you can literally change which genes are being activated and which genes to deactivate. So by applying that, she healed the mucus thing as well. And I mean, essentially, I thought it was really cool because it was pretty much saying like anything is fucking possible, man. I mean, you think about cancer and stomach tumors and stuff, and you're like, holy fuck, you gotta get surgery and stuff like that, right? It's like that's the only way to heal it. But it's like that's it. That's if you're only looking at it from like a physical third dimensional kind of level. And I think a lot of issues, they begin from a higher dimension, let's say the fifth dimension. And it's like when you have really bad stresses and really bad emotions, those things gets brought down from that dimension into the physical dimension as, you know, tumors and sickness and whatever. And if you're trying to heal your sickness in the third dimension, like, sure, you can get rid of it, but if the cause is something else out there, something to do with your psyche or something to do with your spirit, then I think those issues will keep coming back and you will never truly solve it. But if you can solve it from up there, then everything down here in this dimension is gonna get changed. So, I mean, when I heard that, I was like, fuck, like, why am I so feeling down on myself and playing this like victim mentality? Like, because I mean, one of the reasons was like, oh, I can't do anything right now because everyone is on holiday and I have to wait until um, like the hustle and bustle comes back again before I can start working. And I think that's one big reason I get depressed over the Christmas holidays is because everyone is resting. And I tend to not have many friends, I feel like, around this time. Like, either like, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I have friends to hang out with, but I think all my really close friends, I mean, this time around and last time, I guess, too, they were like overseas or they weren't around and stuff like that. So I always feel really lonely and I feel real like um, just unmotivated because like I don't know, like nothing's around me. And I was, and I kind of get into this like little space where I feel really shitty. But this year it's been a lot better actually because I just took that time to kind of go inwards and really just like meditate and learn and stuff, which has been really cool. What's my point? What's my fucking point? I'm sorry, I just blabbered on this fucking tangent. Um, Yeah, and I mean, I think what I'm trying to say is that even though I did go inwards, I think a part of me still felt really shit. And I feel really low sometimes. But after listening to that and just like, I mean, it pretty much just reminded me that anything is fucking possible. And it's like if you start fucking visualizing, because that's one big thing that she did in the book. If you just start visualizing what you want, and it's always that fucking law of attraction, and you visualize and you feel the feelings and shit. But anyways, it's like, um there are things you can do, such as visualization, that you can do anytime, anywhere, to switch your reality at any point. And once I realized that, I was like, "Holy fuck, what am I doing?" And that evening, which was last night, I just started writing down everything. Okay, I already wrote down everything I want to achieve this year, well, most of it anyway. But I haven't really done anything yet because I thought I have to wait until everything started. But I was like, no, fuck that. It's like here are my goals. A lot of it was to do with acting. It's like, what can I do tomorrow, which is today, right now, that can serve that? And I just wrote down like a whole list, like a plan of the day, which I totally recommend if you feel like you're drifting away, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Of everything I want to do today. Oh, maybe I can show you. Um, yeah, it's like um, a lot of things. So, I wrote things like, I had a coaching call this morning and then I should do gratitude, exercise, visualization, practice my American accent, which is really important for acting, like learn languages, like learn acting through master classes, which is like this website, do some editing, listen to audiobooks, and, do some more meditation, learn chaos magic and shit like that. Like everything I want to do that I feel like would improve me, I just wrote down and I'm like, well, these are some things I can do to move me closer, towards where I want to go, rather than just waking up and going with the flow and hoping the flow will take you somewhere. Because I feel like I've been doing that the past, I don't know, week. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I feel like I flowed enough to a point where now I feel like unless I actually plan my day the night before, I'm just going to drift away and kind of feel really slothy and real lazy at the end of the day. So, and I think I held back from doing any sort of like hardcore planning or doing because I feel like the energy isn't right. People aren't back to work yet. And like if I work now, it would all be for naught. And I don't know why I had that um, feeling because, well, maybe I just forgot that you can change your reality at any given point, regardless of the circumstances, as long as you change what's inside here. And I think once you realize that, then just go ahead. Like, or maybe my biggest fear was that I would do work and it would be all for naught because no one gives a shit right now because everyone's on holiday. That's why I didn't do anything. But then again, that shouldn't be a reason for you to not work because you shouldn't be doing it for other people. You should be doing it for yourself. Fuck, I can just go on a tangent forever. But okay, I don't want to ramble on too much. Essentially, all I want to say is anything is fucking possible at any given fucking time, okay? You have to realize that, and once you do, Go ahead and do everything that you feel like is going to help you achieve the things you want to achieve and live the life you want to live without any fear. Because I'll tell you, like, don't make up excuses for yourself and be like, oh, this won't work, this won't work because of that, because of this. It's like the world is so fucking malleable. It's like you're living in a dream, and you know how in a dream, if you want to change, assuming you're lucid dreaming, you want to change something, it just fucking changes. And I feel like the world is the same. It's not as fast as a lucid dream, but you can still change it any way you want to. If you want to fly, okay, if you want to be Goku and fly on a flying cloud, that can happen. You can make that happen. I'm going to say that because I want that to happen in my life. So just do it, you know? Don't be afraid. Just go out there and fuck shit up and live the life you want to live, because anything, I believe, is seriously, genuinely, 100% possible. So just go do it, and you'll get somewhere, and it will be a lot more fun than lazing around like I'm doing. Sometimes if you want to laze around, I think that's fine. You do need to rest and just play games and watch anime, and it's cool. And sometimes that takes you somewhere, and that's fine. But when you get to a point where you don't want to drift anymore, then you need a shift, and that will lift you to another level, into another dimension, into another vibration. On another note, I finished Evangelion, which is this anime about giant robots. But not really. It's more about the psychological states of human beings and how we connect with one another. And I think that's fucking cool. And after watching that, I got really pumped. And I started watching, like, YouTube anime videos, or analyzing the whole anime and how deep it gets and shit. And it just fucking blew my mind. And I fucking love anime right now. And, like, that excitement, that, like, oh fuck yeah, I think it's like, even though it might not be related to acting, just the fact you have excitement in your system is gonna fucking propel you to another level. So yeah, just do what makes you excited as well, okay? Fuck yeah, like Bashar says. I'll make a video on Bashar one day because he's a really cool dude. Okay, until then, keep fucking shit up. You are on a victory to the heavens, and I will see you there, my brothers and sisters. That sounds wanky. I don't know how to end these videos.